pain.
The name of that song is called Sucker for the Pain, from a new album by my special guest today, Jennifer Lyn of Jennifer Lyn and the Groove Revival. The new album is called Retrograde. It was released on April the 25th, 2025. This is the sixth release from the group. Jennifer, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me.
Got your latest album from your radio promoter, Betsy at Blind Raccoon. I had also received the album that came out in 2024, Live from the Northern Plains. That reflects where your band is located. I know you're from Minnesota originally. How did you end up in North Dakota?
My husband is from here. When I met him, I was actually living in South Dakota. That's where I went to college. It was a little bit easier for me to relocate and move here. It's a good place to be. I can't really complain, other than, winter's a little brutal, but anywhere in the Midwest is not so good in the wintertime.
You're getting a lot of great press on this new album. I've been playing a lot of songs from it. You have been nominated, you and the group, for 7 Independent Music Award. You've also been nominated for International Songwriting Award. What's next?
Yeah, I always have music kind of in the hopper. We're currently working on the next live album. There's always something going on, but as far as Retrograde, we just kicked off a concert series. We typically only perform from April to about early October. Since we're performing exclusively in the upper Midwest, after October, things start to get a little crazy around here in terms of trying to travel. If we just remain in the upper Midwest, that's typically kind of our tour schedule, is April through October. We just kicked things off, had some great shows recently in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois. Now we're kind of back in our usual neck of the woods. We've got a run of shows coming up here in Minnesota. Just having a great time performing the new songs and getting out and hanging out with some people we've already seen at shows and also some new people. It's been fun so far.
Let's mention a couple of these that are coming up. July the 15th is at Lake Brophy County Park in Alexandria, Minnesota, and that'll be at 6:30 p.m. On July the 16th, you'll be at the Parkway Theater in Minneapolis at 7:30 p.m. On the 17th at the Tech Music Venue in Dilworth, Minnesota at 7 o'clock p.m. You can get a full schedule of Jennifer and the band's touring schedule at their website. It's Lyn, and that's Lyn, and thegrooverevival.com/shows. Social media, look at their website, of course, Lyn and thegrooverevival.com. Facebook.com, Jennifer Lyn and the Groove Revival, Instagram.com/JLyn and the Groove Revival, YouTube.com at Jennifer Lyn and the Groove Revival. There's some great videos on there. One that I watched recently, a live version of a song was just with you and Richard harmonizing, he on lead guitar, Lay Your Memory Down. That's a great song.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was actually the one that was nominated for the Songwriting Award. That was off our album, Nothing Holding Me Down. So maybe we'll have to bring that back.
Let's do a second song from this terrific new album. This one is called Refuge.
I know love can be bittersweet. When I'm with you in my dreams, but you're really out of reach, it makes me feel so incomplete. I wonder what you see when you think of me, 'cause if the walls start coming down and there's no one else around and I'm standing at your door, will you be the my soul?
Your grandmother was a big influence to you, getting you back into music after having an interest in it when you were very young.
Yeah. So like many people, I went off to college and lots gets put to the side while you're, kind of pursuing more of a traditional career. I went to school for engineering. That's what I ended up doing for quite a very long time. My grandmother got diagnosed with cancer, and she was towards the end of her life. She pulled me aside and had a conversation with me about when I was in high school. I used to do a lot of songwriting. I was very much into music and playing guitar, and she just asked me why I didn't do that anymore. I was like, I don't know. I guess I just kind of got busy with other things. And she was always very direct, which I very much enjoyed, but in a good way. She was never rude, but she didn't beat around the bush, which I appreciated. And she was like, I really think you need to get back into music, even if it's just for your enjoyment of it. You've been given a gift, don't waste it. And so after that visit with her, I went back home and picked up my guitar, and I haven't been able to put it down since. So she was right. It was good for me to do.
Tell me a little bit about Live from the Northern Plains. I know that came out just a little over a year ago, and that kind of became a collective that you weren't really planning, I think, to release that as such as an album until you went back and kind of looked at it.
Yeah, we recorded essentially the album release concert that we did for our album Gypsy Soul. Typically, when we release an album, many times one of our first shows will be our hometown crowd because they're so great and we like to really share that experience with them. And so when we released Gypsy Soul, we recorded that entire night. I was listening back to it with Richard Torrance, who's a bandmate of mine. We were listening back to the recordings and we were like, this is really good. I think we should do something with this. So we did. I handle all the mixing and mastering in-house. So it was pretty easy for us to do that. So we mixed and mastered our live album, picked kind of like what we thought were our 10 favorite songs from that evening. So there were 5 covers that we performed. We picked 5 of the originals and made an album out of it.
That's where that engineering background came in handy.
Yeah. At the end of that year, I purchased a mixing console, which right before the end of the year, and then COVID became a thing 3 months later. And so I was sitting there with nothing but downtime, and I'm like, well, I might as well learn how to use this. And so I always had an interest in the recording process. So I learned how to record, mix, and master, and kind of dove down that rabbit hole. And it was pretty primitive at the start, and then took a lot of classes in it. Now that's how we record all our albums. So it kind of paid off.
Let's do a third song from this terrific new album, Retrograde. This is called Light the Fire.
Underneath the starless sky, in the darkness where all secrets lie,
Richard Torrance, who is lead guitar player, and he writes most of the songs with you together.
Yes. Mhm.
You've got Jim Anderson, who's on drums, Barb Jiskra, who's on keyboards, Nolan Falcon, who plays bass. You had mentioned the demise of the local music venues.
Yeah, it's tough out there. It always has been, honestly, even when music was a really thriving thing with the live music environment. Now we're competing against Netflix, Amazon Prime, and, other reasons that people no longer even leave their house. Chatting with friends who've been at this for a very long time, there used to be a day where even within the blues genre, you could string together a coast to coast tour playing 200-person rooms. And now it's really not possible. Yeah, it's cool. We definitely don't take for granted the people that are coming to our shows. We understand that there's lots they could be doing with their time and lots of things they could be spending their money on. So we're very appreciative when people come out and enjoy an evening of music with us.
I'm seeing a rise in venues at house concerts that people are putting on, and all the proceeds go to the artist, whereas a lot of these local venues, as we just talked about, are just no longer available.
We four-wall all our shows, which means we typically rent the venue and coordinate all the production and handle all the marketing and promotion. That's been a method for us to kinda string together a series of shows, but that can also be very risky, as you could imagine. So, yeah, I can understand why the house concert environment is definitely on the rise, which is great.
This new album is called Retrograde by Jennifer Lyn and the Groove Revival. It was released on April the 25th. It's available at all the outlets. The previous album, Live from the Northern Plains. I hope you'll come out our way sometime.
Oh, we would love to make that happen. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for being on the show. Let's go out with one last song here from this terrific new album. This is called Searching for Solid Ground.